What? Hear what I say. We are the business today. Fuck shit is finished today. On T&J, we the new PB&J. We dropped the classic today. We did a tablet of acid today. Lit joints with the matches and actions.
Hey guys, welcome to the new channel. Had some requests to start a new one, so for more just reviews and different things. So make sure you haven't checked out the other one, you do that. I'll put the link in the description. But this is kind of just the first video. I'll make it short, and it's just going to be pretty much covering the Christmas Day game between Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors. What I thought about that. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of more new videos, so make sure you check that out. But let's get into this one.
Dixon, the pistol is blasting away.
Obviously, if you look at the two teams, I think, well, first of all, as far as if you're just looking at rosters, because a lot of people like to say the Warriors are just stacked and all this stuff, there's not a lot of just overwhelming talent. I mean, Draymond Green was a very low pick, so really a blue-collar, hard-working player. So you can't really look at him and say, he's going to go to, I don't know, the Brooklyn Nets and start, dropping 40 points a game and triple-doubles. And so, I mean, Klay Thompson's a really good player, but the Warriors had to work with him and get him there. So Steph Curry, again, same thing. I mean, now, obviously, if you look at it now, their players are proven. They've had a lot of success in the league at this point, like Steph Curry, obviously, and then you throw in Kevin Durant. It looks like an amazing roster. But if you look at the other side of the picture with LeBron.
Here's a picture of Cleveland's roster, and I've marked the previous All-Stars or MVPs on the team.
You have the Cavaliers, you have Dwayne Wade, multiple championships in Miami, obviously with LeBron and without LeBron. Isaiah Thomas, he's not back, but another just huge NBA star. Derrick Rose, former MVP. Kyle Korver, top 5 NBA player of all time. I mean, the guy's there's 4 other players that have made more threes than this player, ever. So the guy's an amazing shooter. J.R. Smith, who was an all-star pretty much in Denver and went to New York, and just people undermine, J.R. Smith. He's an amazing player. So, I mean, up and down the roster, Jay Crowder, I mean, they have an amazing, Tristan Thompson, who has emerged as one of the top 5 big men in the league. Is he playing like that right now? I mean, that's for you to decide. I think that he could be if, LeBron allowed the coach to coach. But that's another story. I think that LeBron kind of has an all-consuming presence where the coach is kind of not sure how to handle them, not sure how to coach the team, and you just end up getting what we saw on Christmas Day, which is a lot of isolation plays, pick and roll, just kick to three-point shooters. Kevin Love is playing amazing. Kevin Love is an amazing, very versatile player that people, again, just kind of look over, but like he's some kind of a role player. He's an all-star. He's an amazing player. So, LeBron has an amazing roster. There's no excuses. He should definitely go to the NBA Finals and give the Warriors a run. I think if you just do matchups, the Cleveland Cavaliers should be favored going into this. I mean, you have Isaiah Thomas, Steph Curry. I mean, who do you take when they're healthy? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think, I like the way Curry plays, so if you want to give Curry that, okay. You have Dwayne Wade, Klay Thompson. I'll give Klay Thompson the edge. So you have 2, for Warriors. LeBron, Kevin Durant, it's kind of iffy. I mean, I don't know. Let's just say give it to LeBron. The Warriors started, I don't even know who they Patrick McCaw, Jordan Bell. I mean, these guys are rookies. So either way, my point, if you go down the roster, you can do it by matchup. It's pretty close. And I'd even say in some sense, Derrick Rose, Kevin Love, I think Kevin Love's better than Draymond. Just look at just individually. So, I mean, Kyle Korver is a better shooter than anyone the Warriors have coming off their bench. So, so there's no excuses. I mean, the Christmas Day game I thought was a good indication. Cleveland doesn't have Isaiah Thomas, and Warriors didn't have Steph Curry. So it's pretty fair. I mean, it'll obviously look a lot different if they meet in the NBA Finals with a full roster. The Warriors are just going to play the same way. You can throw anybody into their system and it's going to be the same. They pass the ball, screen away, and try to box out, get rebounds. That's why they can get away with playing small basketball, because they all box out and play team defense and team basketball. So they are always going to play that way. So as far as the Cleveland Cavaliers, it just seems like if guys aren't hitting threes, if LeBron's not dropping the 30 points and triple doubles, then it's just not a Cleveland team. So again, I feel like that's on LeBron, and he's played that way his whole career, and that's why his stats are so bloated. That's what I call them, bloated stats, because he's played with teams where he has the ball in his hands. I haven't looked at the numbers, but I'm sure his usage rate is probably higher than Kobe, MJ, any of the greats. So, I mean, the guy's always got the ball in his hands, and it's just, run through LeBron. But yeah, so I mean, pretty much, if you're asking me, I think that it'll look a lot different Christmas Day. It was obviously an entertaining game. Kevin Durant started the game playing very physical on LeBron. It was smart because it paid off in the end. Some kind of, if you want to say some missed calls, maybe. I thought maybe one of those, okay, you could give an argument. There's a couple that were kind of in the news that people were talking about on Kevin Durant that should have been called. The NBA put out a report saying that there was also a missed call on LeBron. So it happens, but I thought that overall Kevin Durant, showed out. He came out, put his name out there again as potentially the best player in the league. I think he's going to continue to do that, and we'll see kind of how it comes together. I think the Warriors have a really tough road in the West. I don't personally think that it should be the Warriors have to fight through Houston and Oklahoma City and San Antonio. And I think it should be 1 through 15 bracket. Whoever has the best record, and you go down that way. If it's this lopsided, I mean, the East is just so barren. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, the Boston Celtics are okay, but I just don't see them beating any of the great teams. So either way, the Christmas Day game, it was entertaining. The teams are going to look a lot different. The Warriors came out, played team defense, moved the ball on offense, and I think in the end, just ended up playing a little more efficient. If they do meet again, really it's anybody's game, and I would not put it against that roster, the Cleveland Cavaliers roster, to be able to push it to 7 games against this Warriors team. But I think in the end it'll come down to who's hungrier more. Which again, I think right now Kevin Durant's definitely putting a little bit of an edge over LeBron for best player in the league. So pretty much it's my take on the Christmas Day game. Make sure you guys subscribe and like the video. Let me know if you want to hear in the comments different types of reviews on different players. I'm watching pretty much all the different NBA games. Talk to you guys soon.
Doctors of death, killing our patients of breath. We are the pain you can trust.